Hey Wildcats, I'm Mrs. Reynoso. I'm one of the counselors at West Ranch, and I'm here to explain the email you received with this video in it and how to pick your classes for next year. So some of this will be review. However, it is important to go over it each time because you want to make sure you're picking the classes that are not only right for you, but that are in line with your post-high school goals. Okay, so in other words, what you want to do after high school. Okay. So what you received in your email was a copy of this video along with a Google form. And that Google form is going to allow you to pick your classes for next year. Okay, so we're going to jump right on in. And in order to accurately fill out that form, you want to take into consideration what classes you need. Now, whether you're in ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, you've seen this. Which is a breakdown for graduation requirements and college admissions requirements. Okay, there's a lot of overlap between the two, and as a whole, counselors pretty much make the assumption that all of you want to go directly to a four-year school because it keeps your options open. So whether you plan on going to community college, whether you plan on going to a trade school, whether you plan on going to a four-year school, whether you plan to go directly into the workforce, the counselors are more than happy to work with you to help build a schedule that works for you. All right, but we do encourage you just to make the assumption that you're going directly to a four-year school so you have choices and then you can pick whichever path works best for you. Okay, so we're going to look at the first column, which are graduation requirements. And as you see right off the bat, English, you're required to do 4 years of English. Now, keep in mind, every semester you take a class and you get 5 credits if you successfully complete that class. And so you add that up, you have 2 semesters each year, that brings you to 40 credits or 4 years of English. Okay. Now we pop over to the college admissions side. And so this is that A through G requirements that we always talk about. So the UCs and the Cal States have specific set of requirements. Now the big difference here is you need to pass all of these courses that are on the right-hand side with a grade of C or higher. Graduation, it's D or higher, but on the college admissions, C or higher. So if you have any Ds, you want to make sure you talk to your counselor about how to make those up. Okay. So 4 years of English as well for college admissions. Now we pop over to the math category. It's a little different here. So both college admissions and graduation require 3 years, okay? The difference is for high school graduation, within those 3 years, you have to make sure you complete Algebra 1 and you just have 2 additional years of math. And so it can be a different combination of math depending on what your plans are after high school. And your counselor is more than happy to share that with you. We also have a math sequence on our counseling website that you can follow and get a better idea of what courses you need to take each step of the way. All right, now for college admissions, it's a little bit more defined. It is 3 years with 4 years recommended. And those classes need to go through Algebra 2 or higher. Traditionally, that's Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2, okay? And then, like I said, excuse me, a 4th year. Now, some of you may have started Algebra or Geometry in junior high, and that's absolutely fine. Again, referencing our math sequence on our counseling website, and it's also linked right there on that Google form that you have, and that might help you in that process as well, okay? History and social science, the good news is it overlaps on both sides for our graduation requirements. So for both, you're going to need to do a course called Modern Civilization or AP World, and that would be in 10th grade. Those would be your history choices. And then for 11th grade, it would be US History or AP US History. So you'll need that for both. And then for government and economics, you're going to do your senior year. So only seniors are taking government and econ, and they'll select that. They are semester courses. You do have a choice between AP and regular, but you would take government one semester and economics another semester. So you do have that overlap there. So very similar with lab science. For high school graduation, you need to take 2 years, 1 biological and 1 physical science. And so what we do at West Ranch is we start our freshmen off, they all take biology, whether it be AP biology or regular biology. And then in 10th grade, you head on into chemistry. And so you have a choice of AP chemistry or chemistry A and B. For college admissions, the recommendation really is the biology, chemistry, physics combo. However, if you are looking at biology and chemistry, we have a lot of great science electives that are fantastic alternatives that you're going to see on your Google form that are absolutely fine for you to select as well. So 3 to 4 years is really going to be recommended for the lab science as well. So if you're planning on going directly to a 4-year school, please plan on doing a science your 11th grade year. It really is a good idea, especially the more competitive the campus is, and depending on your major, you really want to consider that. But there's some great classes offered for 11th to 12th graders. Now, graduation requirements, there's a few extra ones you'll see kind of all listed right there that you don't see on the college admission side. So in order to graduate, all of Heart District students need to take health, which is going to be 1/4 of health. We offer a full semester of health. And so I'll talk to you about in a second what we do with the other quarter of the other 2.5 credits. You do need to take 2 years of physical education. Now, all 9th and 10th graders need to be enrolled in PE or a sport. That part is non-negotiable. So do plan if you're 9th and 10th grade that you will need to sign up for a PE or a sport on our campus. We also need to take 1 semester of a practical art. You'll see on the form, there's a ton of awesome practical arts listed, and I'm telling you, you have so many choices, it can guarantee we'll find something that you are interested in there. Now, it's a little different for college admissions. They're not looking for health, they're not looking for PE, and they're not looking for practical arts specifically, but many of our practical arts are UC approved. Now, the difference is foreign language. Many students think you have to take a foreign language in order to graduate. You actually don't. It falls into an elective category, but for college admissions, you do. So the minimum requirement is 2 years, but 3 is really recommended. And so at West Ranch, we have a few choices for your foreign language, so you can go ahead and take a look at the list on that Google form and see if there's anything that fits for you. But again, 2 years 2 years required, 3 recommended, and 4 is just like icing on the cake. All right, visual and performing art requirement, we have the same for both. So 1 year visual performing art requirement for high school graduation and 1 year for college admissions as well. We have, again, a lot of amazing programs at West Ranch, everything from visual arts to performing arts. So all kinds of stuff. If you're interested in singing and you want to choir, you want to go into the music business, we have some great classes for that as well. Now, electives. So I mentioned to you earlier that I was going to talk to you about health, what we do with the other 2.5 credits of health if we have you take a semester class. And that's where electives come in. So how electives work is anytime you go above and beyond in any of the other categories I mentioned, okay, that balance is going to fall into electives. So for example, you take a 5-credit health, we're going to put 2.5 credits of health into the health category, and we're going to take 2.5 credits and put it into the elective category. Okay, so for example, let's say you take 4 years of math. So what that means is 3 years are going to go into your math requirement, and the 4th year is going to go into your elective category. Okay, if you take foreign language, those classes are going to pop into the elective category. So that's how it all builds in order to have you graduate from high school. So keep that in mind. It gets a little confusing, especially if you're taking a lot of core classes that seem like they should all be going into one category. The balance does end up going into the elective category. And so that's very important, especially for our juniors when we're doing your graduation check, for you to check out and understand that you're doing just fine on credits. We just need to make sure we keep you in the right number of classes. Now, the college prep elective over on the college admission side is very similar to that. It's only 1 year, but it's the same idea. If you go above and beyond in any of the categories in that column that we talked about, with the exception of the visual and performing arts, it's going to pop into the college prep elective. What automatically pops in there is the economics and the government that you're going to take as a senior. So that fills in there with no problem. Your additional year of foreign language will fill in there. If you take 4 years of math, that will fill in there. If you are interested in taking, we have great social science electives that fall into that category. So we have all kinds of choices there that you might want to take a look at. So you can screenshot this if you want. We also have this on our website, but it's a good guide when you're picking your classes to make sure you're staying on track, okay? So you say, that's all great, Mrs. Reyno, so you went through what I need, but how do I know what I've already completed, okay? And you do that by looking at your transcript. Okay, so you can all pull up your transcript from Infinite Campus, and that's how I suggest you look at it. And this is how you read it. And you keep in mind, this is basic graduation requirements. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at the category that shows all of the course requirements. This is basically the grid I had on the prior slide, but broken down with a little bit more detail. So it's going to say what that category is. It's going to show how many credits you have attempted, okay? How many times you've enrolled in the class. And then the next line says what you have earned. Now, please keep in mind, you haven't finished this semester yet. So it's not counting. When you see your transcript, it's not going to count what you're currently in because you haven't completed it yet. So if you know you're going to pass all of your current classes, you can consider and go ahead and add those credits in. Then the next one is required. This is the most important one because this is telling what you ultimately need to take. And it's what I talked about with, like, for example, if you look at English, you need 40 credits or 4 years is how that translates. But this is the one you're going to look at when you're picking your classes, okay? Remaining. It's going to show what you have left to take. So if you have a number in there and not a 0, you need to make sure that you're checking to see if it's your year to sign up. Now, if you're a senior, you want to make sure you hit every single one of those categories. If you're a junior, there may be, you're going to hit some of them. You're going to hit the ones like US history. You're going to make sure you sign up for English. You can make sure you sign up for math, okay? So you'll need to make sure you're hitting each category. Now, this is a general information video. I understand that. But on each one of your Google Forms, it's going to tell you and break it down at the very beginning what your grade level should be looking at signing up for. So it seems a little confusing right now because it's more general of a video, but it'll break it down a lot more when you actually look at that Google form. And you need to read the specifics on that Google form. I can't stress that to you enough, okay? So we need to have you check out your credit summary, okay? You need to also make sure that you're meeting those A through G requirements, so those college admissions requirements that we've been talking about. And then you're also make sure you determine how many classes you need to sign up for, okay? So most students, 9th and 10th graders, are going to need to sign up for 6 classes. And most 11th graders will also need to sign up for 6 classes unless you've been taking summer school along the way for get-aheads. But there are many seniors that may only need to sign up for 5 classes. So do keep in mind, if you under-enroll yourself, your counselor is going to pick a class for you. So my suggestion is make sure you want to get that number straight, okay? So here's the key. If you still can't figure out what that number is, what you want to do is meet with your counselor, okay? So you're either going to do this in one of 2 ways. Either your counselor will be in the class and your counselor is going to bring you in during a class period. Counselor will answer some questions for you and then bring you on back to their offices, all right? This is time for you to ask questions. And most importantly, it gives you a voice. Because if you don't turn in this form, and if you sign up for the wrong classes, we're going to put you in the right classes, and you really want us to pick for you. So this is your chance. All right. Been talking a lot about that Google form. So like I said, the counselors are going to come to class and we're going to answer some key questions for you. You're going to make sure then you click on that Google form. You're going to read all the steps in that worksheet. Say I wrote in there, even read everything, because honestly, we detail everything for you there. And then meet with your counselor to review credits and any course selections, okay? So we have a lot of awesome courses for you available at West Ranch. And it's impossible to put all the course descriptions here. So I also put links in there for the course catalog. Like I said, we have the course catalog links. We also have the math sequence. We have all kinds of information on there for you. And I'm going to just sign off and say thank you for your time. We look forward to seeing you in your classes.